You know, the hardest part about a project sometimes is just the very first step, is to get going, get some momentum. So that's what I'm doing now. We're on to the next step of this side of the Willys pickup bed. We made this custom frame rail in the last video, made a lot of progress there. Now it's time to replace these panels that we cut out of the side wall. You can see these are pretty bad. So I've already got our paper up there. So I'm gonna take my finger and press against the steel and create a visible line there where we need to cut. We'll transfer this paper to our sheet metal and cut out a piece with the same shape and try to get it welded in. So this paper template will be complete except for the inner lip that we have to add. But I'm pretty happy with that line. I can see it easily enough. This side's a little bit trickier because it comes up onto the diagonal part up here a little bit. But same principle otherwise. So I've got the templates transferred over to the sheet metal, 18 gauge, just like we've been using. The lines are still very rough, that's just the nature of it. So I'm going to cut just a little outside the line to make sure that we don't end up having a piece that's too small, because that would be a fatal mistake. So we'll err on the side of caution and we can always trim it down further. So I am going to use our recently acquired plasma cutter, because when I was testing it a couple of videos ago, I thought, you know what, this would be a perfect tool for doing things exactly like this. Rather than getting the shears, you know, the shears work fine, but the plasma cutter will go through this in like 10 seconds. I'll make the lines as straight as I can, but again, it's not going to be critical because we're going to be taking metal off probably all 4 edges to get this to a perfect fit. So I've got this side set up to the bed and you can see how crooked the bottom is, but again, it doesn't matter because we're going to cut it and make it straight. But what I'm going to do now is go into the inside, use a fine tip Sharpie and go around the edges now so we can get a much more accurate line to cut. So the bottom there, that's where our inner lip is going to be, about 1 inch wide. I've got that marked out also. So I guess I'll switch to the shears now and make a more precise cut. All right, I've got the piece cut out pretty much like I want it. And just a quick tip for you guys that have the same kind of shears. I found that they work much better if you use a 5 amp hour battery versus a 1.5. You get a lot more power and you can use them longer, and they just go through the steel just like butter. Anyway, I think we're just about ready to make the bend on the bottom flange there. And I have to double check my measurements here, because if I bend it in the wrong place down there, it will end up being too short on top. So I'm going to check this off camera 2 or 3 more times and we'll get it bent. All right, we're actually looking pretty good here. The flange ended up being just a little bit thinner than the original factory one did, but that's okay because I'm going to cover this and I'll show you that when we get to that step. But the bend turned out excellent and I've got it kind of clamped in place here. What I'm doing is, I don't know if you can see, we got a really nice fit on this left side here. Can't get a whole lot better than that. So I'm going to use the bottom and the left side now as a jumping off point, and then we'll come up here and trim the top and this side to fit as perfectly as we can, then we'll tack it in. So I'll do that off camera and in about 2 seconds we'll be welding this in. So at this point now I've got it all trimmed to my satisfaction. I think we have a really nice fit going on here. No huge gaps to deal with. And I'm happy with our bend at the bottom here. It looks like it's going to flow nicely with the rest of the side of the bed. So now we're going to start putting some welds on this thing, and we're going to have to be a little bit careful with this because you can see this part here is bowed out a little bit, which is not the end of the world, but this part, that we're working with is perfectly straight. So as I weld this seam up over here, I have to kind of match it with this one, and then when it's done, we can worry about getting it, straight right in there. But we'll have to just do this kind of 1 or 2 welds at a time, one there and one there, then readjust, reclamp, one there, and so on and so forth. But I think we got a really nice fit. I'm happy with it. Let's go ahead and put a couple welds on this and keep going. And here we've got the first round of welding complete. It went really well for me. No surprises or hiccups. And I got this gap nice and tight all the way around. So that definitely makes it easier. So I'm going to go in for lunch, let this sit a while, and then I think before we finish this completely, I will get that panel over there to the same stage this one is, and then we'll finish them both. Well, that was excellent progress today. I got this one done this morning, and I just finished this one this afternoon, so that was a good day's work there. Probably about 4.5 hours. This one here was a little bit trickier because we had this upper edge component to it as well. We had to come up onto the diagonal. So we had to bend it 90 degrees down there, and then I had to bend it up here also, whatever that is, 45 degrees or whatever. It was difficult to get the length just right because of the 2 bends, but overall, I'm very happy with how they went in. Nice and tight again. Here, this one's not quite as tight on this side, but it's still close enough. And I also got the bottom to line up nicely with the old panel, so there's a nice straight line there. So I've got a lot more welding to do and then some finishing, but all the hard part is done. All right, fast forward to the next day. I've got about 2 hours to work out here, so I thought I'd keep going on these patches. Everything so far is nice and straight, because when you're welding on flat panels, they're gonna have a tendency to warp with heat. I'm gonna get my air compressor over here so I can cool the area down after I weld and try to keep the heat to a minimum, because if we warp this panel, then that's going to be a lot of extra work, and we don't like extra work. So my goal that I have for this 2 hours is to put more welds in between the ones we already have, slowly start filling the stuff in. I'm going to be jumping back and forth between this panel and this panel, again, to try to keep the heat to a minimum. And depending on how quickly things go, I might be able to get this seam welded up 100% and then come back the next time and start finishing it. So I'm going to be doing a lot of welding here, and if nobody noticed, I just upgraded to the next size tank from my MIG. So hopefully it won't have to get gas quite as much anymore, because when you're doing this much welding, you go through quite a bit of wire and you go through the gas more quickly than you might think. think this process is going to work okay. The metal cools back down pretty quickly after you hit it with air. So I'm going to keep going on this, bounce back and forth, and I'll bring you back when I got some more progress. All right, this side has been going so well that I haven't worked on this side at all. I've been able to manage the heat quite well with the air compressor. We've got no warping whatsoever yet. I'm about, I'd say 50% done with both of these sides. Anyway, a little progress is always better than no progress, so I will see you shortly and we'll keep going. And here we are a couple weeks later now. I've been busy with other stuff, mostly the shop. As you can see, we got the concrete pad poured, and we also got some rock down in front to match the rest of my front area here, so we can drive vehicles on it and drive right up into the shop. So it's taken a little bit longer to get this side done to my satisfaction. Here's the pieces we took out of this side. This here was the side piece, and that's the C channel there that we fabricated and put in its place. So the bed's going to actually have structure now, not just sheet metal wrapped around. This was part of the bed floor that was tucked up against the wall kind of underneath this piece. And then of course these two big side panels, one right in there and one over there. Those ended up being more work than I originally thought they would be. So just like all the other patchwork we've been doing on the truck, I'm getting this to 80%, 90%, and then we're going to hand it off to the paint guy and he's going to finish it. So if we take a look down the side here, we can see that's pretty dang straight. That's pretty good. That's as far as we need to take it. You know, leaving it at only 80 or 90% complete kind of goes against my grain. I'm kind of a perfectionist, and when you spend gobs and gobs of hours on something like this, it's hard for me to walk away from it at this point because I'm so close to having it like 100%, you know, perfect and ready to go. But I've mentioned this before, you reach the point of diminishing returns, and I don't want to start doing work that's going to have to be redone by a paint guy. So no sense putting a bunch of filler and primer on it. You know, take the progress for what it is, and we're going to move on to the next thing. And just for fun, I've got both of the pieces of our new bed floor just sitting in there just to give us an idea of how it's going to look. I think this is going to look amazing when we're done. Let me show you one thing here on the side that we've been working on. If you look at the gap right here between this piece and the side that we've been working on, so you've got a nice tight gap there, pretty uniform all the way up to the top. I can actually work on that a little bit more, but it's pretty good. Let me show you this side now. Big gap, it's inconsistent all over the place. I mean, that is almost half an inch in some places. Like down here is probably a little bit more than that. Anyway, the reason it's like that is because these sides are so terrible. You can see that they've been dented and kicked out. So I just wanted to show you the comparison between this and the side we've already done. Yesterday I spent my shop time making myself a body dolly. I picked up those wheels at a swap meet for $5 a piece, and then when we got the steel for this and the C-channel, I also picked myself up some 1 by 2 inch rectangle tubing and just made a square frame. It turned out great, and I think what I'll probably do in the future is build risers for it so it's a little bit higher off the ground. But as it is, it's super convenient now. I can wheel it in and out of the shop and move it around to work on it. So that was time well spent yesterday. So as happy as I am with the side now, the side actually is not done yet. There's still a bunch of little things to do on it. I mean, you can consider that crack there part of the front, but you know, it's close enough. There's a crack right there on the bottom. You know, some of this right in here needs to be repaired. I haven't done much with the side rails at all, although they don't look terrible, especially up there, it looks okay. But down here, it's a lot more dinged, especially near the bend. The rail itself looks really nice. You know, things like this that need to be fixed. Another crack there. So even though there's still more stuff like that to do on this side, I need to move on for my own mental health. I've been working on this for too long. I'm starting to get impatient with it. And whenever that happens, I know I need to stop working on it, because when I get impatient with things, I start to rush. When you rush, you start to make mistakes. and the whole thing snowballs. So I'm going to save all the little stuff on this side for the end. That's what we're going to do when we're done with the rest of the whole bed. For now, we're going to move on to this side. Let me spin it around into the sun so we can see it. Here we are to the unfinished side. Like I said before, this bed has a lot of good going for it. It was the better of the three. The white one and the red one were not as good as this one. So I'm still happy with my decision that we went with this one. I just did not anticipate quite as much work. Anyway, you can see this is just a disaster. Kind of like the other one was, but in a different way. I don't know what was going on here. This is just a piece of flat stock steel that somebody welded to the side. I think it was meant to be folded under and provide support, you know, because there isn't support under there. But then it broke off over the years. Another hole there that doesn't belong. The fender holes look really good, just like they did on the other side, which is strange. This panel back here is just about as bad as that one was, but now that I know how much work that was, I think I'm going to start off with the hammer and dolly. You can see here I've already whacked it a few times just to see how easily it would move. And even though this is going to take hours of work to get all these dents and bends out, I think it's going to be lesser time than cutting that out and welding a new piece in. But what we have going on here that we didn't have on the other side is we have a bad stake bed channel here. It's been completely rotted out and it's rotted into this panel. So I don't know if I've showed you this, but I purchased us a new piece for this because this is something that I just cannot fabricate. We need to get in there anyway to fix the rot on this piece because we're not going to cut this out. Anyway, this whole piece has to come off and we'll weld the new one on like that. So in the next video, we're going to fabricate another C channel, get that welded to the bed. And then at that point, the bed's going to be a true box. It won't be flexing all over the place. It's going to be nice and strong. But I think I still have about 30 hours left in the bed before we move on to the tailgate. So I'm at one of those places in the restoration where things can start to feel overwhelming because there's just so much work involved. But you know, I get out here sometimes only an hour at a time, sometimes only 2 hours at a time. But as long as we keep moving forward, we're going to get this done. And we are making progress. I'm very happy with how this side turned out. Subscribe to the channel, check out the online store. Thanks for watching as usual, and I hope to see you next time.